What a coincidence that after the Dangote's revelation, part of his refinery exploded yesterday. Well, this report I'm about to read out to you suspect that as well. The headline says, crude supply threatens oil investments, operators warn federal government. Now, what I understand about this report is that they are warning the federal government saying, if you don't manage the situation with Dangote very well, it's going to affect other investors from coming into Nigeria to invest in refinery. And what is the scene in Nigeria having to process her own crude oil? What is the scene in Nigeria processing her own crude oil? It's the biggest question we're still asking in this country. And the Dangote situation is now making it obvious. Because every time the federal government puts up federal assets for sale, the people that go to acquire these assets are people that intend to keep these assets dominant. Now, Dangote's situation is now different. Let's go into the details. The domestic crude oil supply crisis that recently led to accusations and denial in oil sector may warrant an investment plunge in the industry, operators declared on Wednesday. According to operators at Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the crisis may damage the confidence of international oil companies and investors in refineries. Exactly. This came as a section of the 650,000 capacity Dangote petroleum refinery caught fire on Wednesday, sparking reactions on social media as videos of the incident went viral. The management of the facility, however, allayed fears about the incident as it stated that the situation had been put under control, adding that no one was harmed by the fire outbreak. Meanwhile, the FCCI charged the federal government to prevent any form of blackmail and victimizations of IOCs and local refiners by quickly resolving the issues around oil supply contracts, higher crude costs in Nigeria above international prices, and the cost of logistics. Meanwhile, IOCs operating in Nigeria such as Shell, ExxonMobil, Total Energies, and Nigeria Ajib Oil Company, amongst others, are under the Oil Producers Trade section of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This came as modular refinery operators demanded the intervention of the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Odun, in the lingering domestic crude oil supply crisis. Since the issue around crude oil supply, the Dangote refinery and the IOCs, the Chamber has consulted with some relevant parties. While these consultations continue, we call on the government as the regulator to provide a detailed report on what the key issues are and what it intends to do to resolve the issues. This development will affect negatively. Our crude oil is being used in other countries. I am concerned about the situation where we export crude oil to other countries, yet we import refined product. It doesn't make sense. Why can't our refineries process the crude oil we produce? Question. Instead, we're exporting it to other nations only to import refined product from them. It's suspicious and seems like a game is being played. I hope this isn't another case of inefficiency or lack of capacity. We need to get our refineries working to process our crude oil and reduce our reliance on imported refined products. We must address the issue. If we continue in this course, we can dampen investors' confidence. Now tell me who wants to invest in a refinery in Nigeria if we are importing refined products and exporting crude? So who wants to invest in refinery in Nigeria outside Dangote? Because first of all, federal government issued 25 licenses for refineries. Only Dangote responded. Only Dangote. Now tell me how the others are going to be motivated to build a refinery in Nigeria if Dangote's issue is not resolved.